Mtu kama mimi sasa nilianza kushtuka, sasa nikasema nitasoma aje sasa. Wings to Fly program ikaleta hizi radio na solar zitusaidie kuniwezesha kuendelea kusoma hata kama ni usiku. Equity wao wanatupatia pesa kidogo ya mahitaji hapa nyumbani. Saa zingine nakanga tu chini naambia Mungu asante kwa kunisaidia nilijoin hii program. Najua naweza achieve dream yangu siku moja to become a lawyer. But kasi Wings to Fly singeweza kufika hapa hata kwenye nipo.
Kiswahili for form 2 coming up right now and then
Please eat your breakfast.
Look, Ma, he lost his cape.
Not all superheroes wear capes. There are heroes all around us, like the ones that bring nutrition to millions of us every day.
Wow, am I a hero too?
Yes, you do. And your dad. He goes to the farm every day to make sure his grain is of high quality.
Superheroes have their own sidekick. Does Dad have his own sidekick?
Yes, they are his partners. They take the grain and produce this Nutri that you love so much. Then it gets the local supermarket and we buy it from there. Nutri makes us stronger and healthier.
Strong like a superhero.
Yes, son. But do you know why your dad and his sidekicks are superheroes?
Because they make Nutri.
Every spoonful of Nutri comes loaded with the necessary vitamins, protein and minerals for you and your family to become healthier and stronger. Pick up a pack today from your nearest store. Nutri. Every spoonful counts.
Material yangu ya kushona lazima iwe true.
Gari fanyiwe kazi, ingurume vitru. Nywele imesongwa kitru.
Our true accounts kwa mtandao ni Stawi Up pale FB na Stawi_KE pale Twitter. Namba zetu true ni 0709714999 na 0730714999. Paybill yetu true ni 796101 na account number ni namba yako ya simu. Usilipe kitu ndo upate loan. Stawi is a product by KCB Cooperative, NCBA and DTB Banks and is regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya. Stawi, the lending app that's enabling MSMEs grow their businesses.
Istiqbal is now in Kenya. We are the voice for quality, colorful, innovative, and functional home furniture with presence in 92 countries worldwide. We have it all. Sofas, beds, dining, and mattresses. Celebrate our end-year sale of 50% off. Yes, everything at half price from 2nd November to 31st December. Visit our showroom at Panasar Center, Mombasa Road, opposite Airtel.
Do you own land or property in Nairobi? Hurry and clear your outstanding land rates. We have extended the 100% waiver on land rates up to 15th November 2020. So, collect your invoice from our cash office at Times Tower Banking Hall or City Hall and Makadara offices and pay today only through the Nairobi County Revenue Collection accounts at Cooperative Bank of Kenya. You stand to gain 100% from the 100% waiver extension. At the end of the waiver period, KRA will institute enforcement measures. Terms and conditions apply.
Enjoy Good Life new shopping experience. Seek and you shall find. Visit www.goodlife.co.ke to shop. Search and pick your preferred product. Check out and give your location details. Pick your payment method and wait for your delivery to arrive. It's quick. Click and pick.
You want your car to perform flawlessly? We set it as our goal to make sure you uncheck your car's engine from your problems list. Forget about residues. Forget about overheating. Forget about corrosion. Our fuel, Optimum, keeps your car's engine as clean as ever for optimal performance. Optimum of Ola Energy, ultimate protection.
Nivea Men Deep Antiperspirant with the power of black carbon formula. 48-hour protection from sweat and bacteria. For a deep, clean feeling that lasts. New Nivea Men Deep Antiperspirant. Nivea Men. It starts with you. Official sponsor of Real Madrid.
This is NTV.
evening and welcome to NTV Weekend Edition. We're coming to you live from county number 24, and that is West Pokot County. Loreng, anything to say?
Yes, this is the Discovery Edition where we are in, like she said, West Pokot County, and giving you a lot of the taste and scents and smells of what this county is all about, and we shall be doing that in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at the highlights.
Tonight, we observe a moment of silence for the 21 lives lost in the last 24 hours, among them doctors in the front line, as the COVID-19 situation threatens to paralyze the battle against the virus.
And Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has no apology.
My management style, which has proved successful over the years, is by walking about at the point of service delivery.
An education minister who seems to have forgotten his core lessons in humility and leadership.
How can a stray boy be arrogant? We were trained to be servant leaders.
Some sobering stuff. This West Pokot village has been alcohol-free for 46 years.
Sisi ambaye tunakataa pombe tukafaulu, tukapata kura nyingi kuliko wale wanataka pombe.
Up the hills, it's too cold to feel the heat, so residents go to the warmer, lower lands to procreate.
Kuna baridi nyingi, hasa hata kuwa na nguvu.
Of highs and lows.
Also tonight, the Harambee Stars are in Comoros ahead of their second leg AFCON qualifier, but with one eye on proceedings in Cairo.
Sijui kwa nini wa Misri hawakucheza siku ambayo sisi pia tumecheza mechi, kwa sababu inawapatia advantage.
Still hopeful for a win in the AFCON Group G qualifying game on Sunday.
Welcome to the broadcast, and on sign language interpretation tonight we have Flora Atieno. Tonight we start with a moment of silence, a moment to pay tribute to the frontline healthcare workers who have recently lost their lives in an attempt to save others. In the last 24 hours, at least 4 senior doctors have succumbed to the coronavirus.
And they are among the 21 lives lost, going by the last update from the Ministry of Health. It's a sad day in the medical fraternity as the industry lost 4 doctors on the front line in the last 24 hours to COVID-19. The 4 are now part of the national statistics of 1,249 lives lost, 21 in the last 24 hours.
The total number of confirmed cases now stands at 69,273 after 1,080 more people tested COVID positive from a sample size of 8,322, and Nairobi still leads the pack with the highest number of new cases with 216, followed by Mombasa and Nakuru with 163 and 103 cases each.
Also in the last 24 hours, 542 people have recovered from the virus, bringing the total number of recoveries to 45,414. The Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union has raised concern over the increasing death toll among medics. and is now advising its members against risking their lives for a country that doesn't take their safety seriously. Anita Nkonge reports.
We are now staring at a new wave of this pandemic. We must all ask ourselves, where did we as Kenyans go wrong? And what could we have done differently?
Well, Mr. President, where to start? At the beginning of the pandemic, Kenya was one of few countries praised globally for the strict measures it implemented in a bid to curb the COVID-19 pandemic. Lockdowns, curfew, wearing of masks and fully abiding by the COVID-19 rules was the new order of the day. As medics in the front line pleaded for personal protective equipment to battle the virus, it emerged that the resources were being misused for the benefit of a few. The COVID-19 millionaires expose by NTV in August brought to light a sinister matter, the multi-billion shilling scandal at the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority, KEMSA. To date, there are still no answers.
Up to 558 healthcare workers as of July who have contracted the disease. The seriousness of it will come with a situation where you have more healthcare workers in isolation centers as opposed to them being in the hospitals, because that will be disaster for Kenyans.
Months later, that prediction is sadly becoming the reality. An overwhelmed health sector suffocating under the pressure of COVID-19 without the adequate support from the government. The unwelcome new normal has now become normalized. 8 months on, COVID-19 fatigue has set in, but this was well before the COVID-19 first wave peaked as projected in September this year. Almost on cue. As the curve peaked in September, so did the political activities. Leaders who would be expected to lead with a good example put politics first. Cue in the Building Bridges initiative that triggered rallies across the country. Social distancing, wearing of masks and avoiding public gatherings all became a myth. Not forgetting the bars that were opened once again after a 7-month hiatus. Much as some entertainment spots are striving to observe the COVID-19 measures, most revelers are carrying on with life as usual. Presently, Kenya's current positivity rate continues to tether between 10 to 15%. In May, the World Health Organization recommended that countries should maintain the positivity rate below 5% for at least 2 weeks before governments considered reopening. The diagnosis from doctors is not looking good, with recent research from the Kenya Medical Research Institute revealing that the real picture is even worse than we think.
Today we have lost a very senior doctor this morning to COVID disease. It is very unfortunate that in Migori County we have had doctors who have suffered for a long period of time because of COVID, and the government has totally remained aloof and ignorant to this fact.
Meanwhile, some private insurance companies, along with the National Health Insurance Fund, have jumped ship, announcing that they will not be footing the bill of COVID-19 related treatment. The long and short of it seems, is that Kenyans are on their own.
Serikali hapo haijafanya kazi kabisa, wanakosana wenyewe kwa wenyewe huko. Inakuwa sasa sisi tunkuwa sisi ni nyasi taumia, tumbaki tuangojea Mungu tu.
Anita Nkonge, NTV.
Every 14th day of November, the global community marks the World Diabetes Day. This year, the day was marked amid the coronavirus pandemic, as data reveals that diabetics are at the greatest risk of dying from the virus.
Lancet reports that the risk of dying from COVID-19 was still almost 3 times higher for people with type 1 diabetes and almost twice as high for type 2 versus those without diabetes. In Africa, 1 in every 5 COVID deaths are linked to diabetes. Charity Mwangi with the details.
Farmers today in Kericho showed up to a medical camp and doctors found worrying information.
More or less the cases that you are seeing at the ground, especially to the elderly, are the chronic diseases that we normally see in the population: hypertension, diabetes, arthritis.
Diabetes in the COVID-19 times presents a life-threatening situation. 1 in every 5 COVID-19 deaths in Africa is linked to diabetes as the underlying condition. And what's worrying is that most diabetics in Africa don't even know they have diabetes, and many others are not on treatment. A WHO study in Kenya found that 60% of people diagnosed with a chronic condition were not on medication.
The level of diabetes awareness in the African region is very poor. There is limited access to early detection and to screening for diabetes for the population.
At the onset of the peak months of the COVID-19 pandemic, health services for diabetes were particularly disrupted. Only about a third of reporting countries in a WHO survey of 41 countries in sub-Saharan Africa indicated that services were fully functional.
In 2018, we recorded about 15.9 million diabetes cases and 312,000 deaths from diabetes. This is very worrisome.
That may be yet another reason to wash your hands, sanitize and wear a mask, as you never know how your system will react to the coronavirus. Charity Mwangi, NTV.
Of criminal investigations is holding 5 suspects in connection to a transnational drug trafficking ring operating between Ethiopia and Kenya.
The suspects are helping detectives investigating 2 trucks snapped with narcotics worth over 32 million shillings.
DCI detectives have identified new ways the traffickers are using in smuggling narcotics into the country. Vincent Odor tells us more.
Detectives through the anti-narcotics unit captured these 2 trucks with a consignment of marijuana. The load, estimated to be worth millions of shillings, was being transported from Moyale sub-county and destined for Nairobi before being intercepted. Detectives established that the 2 trucks had secret compartments welded inside the cargo space where the drugs were stashed. The compartments layered under the roof and on the side body of the 2 trucks to conceal the drugs were meant to make it difficult for officers or narcotic-trained dogs to sniff the drugs. This is one of the latest methods dealers are using to ferry drugs into the country through the porous borders before stripping off the trucks, after which they are welded again. The first truck had 697 kilograms of marijuana, estimated at 20,910 shillings in street value. The second truck had 400 kilograms of bang, said to have a street value of 12 million shillings.
The criminals who have been undertaking this illegal activity have been using various models of concealment, which range from use of water bowsers, fuel tankers, stuffing of drugs in fuel tankers, dashboards, spare wheels. The proceeds of this illegal business have a direct link with funding of terror activities within this region.
Early this week, another truck was nabbed transporting 166 kilograms of narcotics worth 5 million shillings. The border between Kenya and Ethiopia along Moyale has become a notorious narcotic trafficking route, a move that has made the anti-narcotic multi-agency unit to escalate its operation along the border. Investigations into the incident are ongoing as the 5 suspects are currently being processed to be taken to court on Monday next week. Vincent Odur, NTV.
The Public Service Commission stripped him of powers to carry out human resource functions in his ministry after he insulted an elderly education officer. Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha has defended his management style, saying that only the president can strip him of any powers.
Victor Kiprop reports that Daktari Magoha doesn't like the taste of his own medicine.
You are talking about the report. I'm talking about what is here on the ground.
When this video of Education CS Professor George Magoha insulting a junior education officer in Uasin Gishu surfaced online last week, Kenyans were livid.
Getaka haraka sana. Kama sasa ama kama si sasa ni jana. Waziri wa elimu Professor Magoha aombe msamaha watu wote na walimu na wasimamizi wote wa masomo ama elimu katika kaunti ya Uasin Gishu.
But the tough-talking professor was not moved perhaps because it was not the first time he was on the spot for disrespecting his juniors. On Friday, the Public Service Commission stripped the CS of powers to carry out human resource functions at the ministry, a move it said was meant to protect public servants against undignified and unwarranted attacks. And today, Magoha said while he concedes that he is not perfect, his style of management had in fact proved to be effective.
I strongly believe that for any meaningful, positive and measurable change to happen, things must be done differently. This is simply because you cannot get a different result when you are using exactly the same method. My management style, which has proved successful over the years, is by walking about at the point of service delivery.
But for a man who believes that reprimanding or even insulting his juniors publicly is part of his management style, it appears the CS doesn't like the taste of his own medicine.
That's what I've said. And I don't think because of that there should be a barrage of insults on me in this chamber.
His critics believe the CS is an arrogant man, something Magoha believes can only be taught in a classroom.
How can a stray boy be arrogant? We were trained to be servant leaders, trained to be leaders by example.
And if this is the case, one could argue that the good professor missed the said servant leadership lesson. Victor Kiprop, NTV.
Police in Igembe North, Meru County, have launched an operation to flush out bandits suspected to have shot and injured 10 police officers and a civilian in Makinya on Friday.
The officers are receiving treatment in various hospitals following the attack. Rosa Ngoi has more details.
The incident occurred at Makinya area in Igembe North, Meru County. General Service Unit officers from Mariara were patrolling the expansive northern grazing zone when they were ambushed by about 300 raiders. 4 of the officers were injured. Anti-stock theft unit officers from Bulu rushed to the scene to provide backup, but were also waylaid by the attackers, who wounded 5 of them.
Officers ambao walikuwa kwa routine patrol katika northern grazing zone, northern grazing area ya Makinya, where they were ambushed by bandits suspected to be of Turkana origin, and a few of the officers got injured.
5 officers from Astubulu sustained injuries during the attack and were taken to the Isiolo Referral Hospital for treatment, while the JC officers from Mariara were taken to Maua Methodist Hospital. The victims were each shot in various places ranging from hands, arms, thighs, abdomen and waist. Security officials have launched an operation to flush out the bandits.
We are still investigating to confirm whether their motive was actually mambo ya boundary dispute.
Since security officers were deployed in the area last week, 3 incidents of shooting have been reported in the area. Rozongoi, NTV.
The Senate Committee on Labour and Social Welfare is now calling for the arrest and prosecution of the Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui over the rounding up and dumping of street children in Chemususu Forest in Baringo County early last year.
The governor has dismissed the Senate's report as a joke, as Bridget Ngana now reports.
The ghosts of Chemususu Forest have come back to haunt Governor Lee Kinyanjui, a year since more than 40 homeless people were rounded up and dumped in the forest in Baringo County by Nakuru County officials on account that the town was cleaning up her image in readiness for city status. Now, the Senate Committee on Labour and Social Welfare that has been investigating that incident has found the governor and his officers culpable and has asked the Director of Public Prosecutions to pick it up.
And the governor says he's not aware. The matter has been in the news. He says he has not heard the issue. He has not seen the Hansard. Mr. Speaker, that irresponsibility cannot be supported by this Senate.
Governor Kinyanjui has since responded on his Facebook page that there is no relationship between the incident and the county's city status process. He has, however, labelled the committee's report as a smear campaign.
County governors must know, and even all public officials, that the strength of your county is not on brick and mortar or conferment of the status of city or a name. It is what you do for the most vulnerable in that county.
Ule ni mtoto na ni binadamu amezaliwa na wazazi wake. All of a sudden anachukuliwa anaenda anatupwa katika msituni kule Baringo. Kwa hivyo naona ya kwamba that sheria ichukue mkondo yake na governor achukuliwe hatua.
Already the county's municipal and cities board is looking into the application of Nakuru town to be elevated into a city, and should the recommendations by the Senate Committee on Labour and Social Welfare be considered, then it means some or part of the processes will have to be on hold for a moment until this matter is concluded. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nakuru County.
We now take a short break on NTV Weekend Edition on this Discovery Edition, and as we do that, we'll be taking some milk. Olive,
all right.
Welcome.
Okay.
So we'll be taking the milk as we take a break. Stay with us.
When the world changed, it made us go back to the simple joys and love the little things even more, like serving up your best, eating together, and sharing more. Now, we'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Coca-Cola, taste the simple joys.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
My primary school life was difficult, but my mom struggled and I managed to finish the class age 2016. I knew back in my heart that minus getting a scholarship, I couldn't make it for the high school. My friend told me all benefit of Wings to Fly, scholarship, school fees, shopping, transport. I knew that there's no any option to get the school fees. That's why I went to apply the scholarship. My mom was called back and told that Edwin got the scholarship. I knew it that my dreams would come to pass. 2020, when the coronavirus pandemic came, I was very, very worried about my KCC, but Wings to Fly gave us light system and the radio that we will continue lessons with it. Now I can read at night and wake up very early in the morning, like 4, to go through my books. Before I got the scholarship, it was like darkness was before me. But when I got the Wings to Fly scholarship, light has come to my life, and I am sure that by God's grace I will go to the best university in this world, which is Oxford, to partake medicine and surgery, and I can see my future being very, very good.
Answers here.
Wow, what a nice gift. I would definitely give this next time.
Cousins Baby Gift Pack, a carefully selected range of safe baby products with natural goodness, trusted for decades by millions of moms across Africa. Cousins Baby, the gift that keeps on giving.
How much?
Hii ni so.
Hii ni 20 bob na hii ni so na zote ni the same size.
While other networks discriminate, sisi hatubagui, tuna serve everybody. Get to Bonga 10 and enjoy 100 minutes Airtel to Airtel. Dial star 544 hash. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
How do you buy an apartment? This week, we have developer Farhana Hassan Ali tell us more on this.
So for anyone who's looking to come in, it's definitely worthwhile. Of course, make sure you do all your due diligence and check all the boxes before you make the step.
A review of what to expect when buying an apartment.
You want to invest in a property that is modern today but timeless, so that in 10 years' time, your property still maintains its value.
And how to access a mortgage.
The mortgage tenor is long. It's 20 years. It's a journey. And I tell you what, nobody knows what would happen.
Catch the show this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on NTV.
Get your value-added plot today by cash or through our installment plan. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Optiven Limited, the pay-saters in real estate.
Thank you for staying with us on NTV Weekend Edition. Dan, did you just drop your fimbo?
It's there, but I'll pick it up.
All right. So we're coming to you live, as I was saying, from West Pokot County number 24, more specifically the Kapenguria Museum. And this is a homestead that Dan will be giving us a tour of tomorrow. But tonight, I will be giving you a tour of where the Kapenguria 6 were held. But before that, some good news for motorists. Beginning midnight tonight, fuel will cost a little less.
The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, that's EPRA, has slashed the maximum retail prices for the commodity in its latest maximum pump prices review.
Petrol users in Nairobi will see a drop of 1 shilling and 42 cents, while diesel and kerosene users will spend 2 shillings and 21 cents less and 2 shillings and 10 cents less, respectively.
EPRA says the average landed cost of petroleum products in the last month dropped slightly, necessitating the relief. The new prices will be in effect until the 14th of December this year.
I wish we could stay on a more upbeat note, but unfortunately, the Mombasa member of a county assembly and ODM Coast chairman, Mohamed Hatimi, who succumbed to COVID-19 complications, has been laid to rest.
Hatimi passed on Saturday morning while receiving treatment, and he is among 7 county assembly members who had tested positive for the virus a few weeks ago.
This led to the closure of the assembly premises to allow for fumigation. Some of the leaders who attended the funeral scolded residents for disregarding COVID-19 safety guidelines. Mombasa County, we now move on to stories of West Pokot County, and Katikomor village at the West Pokot-Uganda border has for years been conflict-prone as cattle rustling and banditry left villagers displaced.
Lois Wangoi visited Katikomor and now brings us the story of how the village is working to change its narrative.
Katikomor village is tucked between the border of West Pokot County and Uganda's Kapirot village in Bokwa district. It enjoys good rains for pasture and water for livestock, making it lucrative for pastoralism. It was a source of conflict between the Pokot and their Ugandan neighbors, the Sebe.
Ng'ombe ziliibiwa, watu walewawa, watoto walewawa, wamama walewawa. Both Uganda na Kenya.
Ile Wapokot walikuwa nakuja kule, wakikuja kule Uganda, wanakuja wanaua watu na wanachukua ng'ombe. Pia hao pia wakiipa wenye Uganda wakikuja upande huu wanakuja wanaipa ng'ombe huku, wakilibisa kwamba mbona wamechukua ng'ombe yetu, wanachukua tena pia wanakuja na wao watu wenye wako area hii pia.
Cattle rustling and raiding here disrupted the future of both communities, robbing them of their productive years.
Ilikuwa ni mambo ambaye ilikuwa ni vita kali kabisa ambaye watu walikuwa wamehama,
lakini sisi wengine ambaye tulebaki kuiba ng'ombe na kupigana kwa maneno ya silaha, tuko sasa tunahangaika nyumbani.
Such realities birthed the need to end the turmoil. A peace deal was brokered to restore law and order. One of the fruits was this cross-border peace school at the Katikomor battlefield, thereby disarming both communities naturally.
Watoto wetu wa Sabei wakakuja shule, wakaungana pamoja. Sasa tukawa wasasi ni wa Pokot kwa shule, wasasi ni wa Sabei kwa shule.
Through embracing education, the communities here who once fought each other so viciously, even killing one another for the love of livestock, they are now giving their younger generations a totally complete new start.
Hata saa hizi huku hata ikikuwa kiza una uhuru ya kwamba unalala. Hukuwa na ile hofu ya kwamba unasema pengine unaweza kupigwa, unaweza kuuawa.
Katikomor Peace Border Primary School, though infrastructurally incomplete, now has about 200 pupils. The peace has guaranteed the residents of Katikomor a new life where even children can play freely. Louis Wangoi, NTV, in the county of West Pokot.
Well, we take a break, but we will be back with more stories coming out of West Pokot County. The hashtag, because I forgot to mention Loreng, is Discovery Edition. See you in a bit.
Mafundi wako tunahitaji kaa 40.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Mogaka, nimeitishwa mafundi 40. Kuna kazi imetokea na itabidi nimewapigia wote kuwajulisha. Ofa gani mzuri leo?
Ngoja yake. Hata mimi anataka kupost marashi yangu Instagram. Ni gani mzuri leo?
Very good. Leo Safaricom wanasherehekea miaka 20 na wewe. Piga star 444 star 20 yasi. Tumia shilingi 20 pekee utunukiwe 20 minutes na 20 MB.
Hebu bahali yake.
On your back is get
Melissa? Mom, it's Dad's birthday today. I'm giving him a party just like he gives me.
Nothing makes a mother more proud than seeing her child growing up. But I know that as she learns to care for others, she'll face even more germs and the risk of illnesses.
That's why you need strong Dettol protection. Just 1 cup of Dettol protects your home and family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using Mortein Doom. Mortein Doom All Insect Killer provides protection in seconds. Not even a single mosquito is spared, because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Doom provides protection in seconds.
At Jumia, it's Black Friday every Friday. Over 1,000 amazing deals and discounts every day. Jumia Black Fridays, even crazier with DTB.
Go Ahead is believing to make each day a brighter day. It is showing everyone that we can all be heroes. Going ahead is our courage to do something new. It's those small acts that go a long way. It means growing our own. It is making the most of what we have. It is supporting each other where we can. to go ahead. Now, that is the Kenyan spirit.
Wakenya, hii fight hatukuchagua, lakini tuko na choice. Tuchague kujilinda. Tuchague kuprotect familia zetu. Tuchague usafi. Kuosha mikono. Kuosha manyumba zetu. Ndio tulinde watoto wetu. Na tuvae mask. Future yetu iko mikononi mwetu. Kenya, let's do it for the ones we love.
Are you thinking of bringing light into your house? Think of Sumo Candle. Why Sumo Candle? It is non-drip, doesn't smell and has no smoke. It's giving you money value by burning for a long time, and it is also brighter. Any day, anytime, Sumo Candle is the best for you. Purchase Sumo Candle from the nearest shop at a pocket-friendly price. Always smile and walk with Sumo Candle from Rock Industries Limited. For inquiries, visit our offices at Ndume Road off Lungalunga Road behind Carton Manufacturers near Sinai Stage. You can also talk to us through 0722 575 619 or 0736 028 181.
Welcome back to this Discovery edition in the county of West Pokot, county number 24. Now, story time. Once upon a time in Lelan, West Pokot County, a paramount chief set out to help farmers borrow loans to turn around their economic fortunes.
The plan worked, but there was a problem. Some farmers started defaulting on the loan repayments because they, as they say, they would drink the money. The paramount chief set out on yet another mission to have alcohol banned from the area.
Now, many years later, that's over 40 years later, Melita Oletenges did not take alcohol there, but reports that there is not one alcohol outlet in Lelan.
The authentic village feel greets us when we get to Kapsait village in Lelan. From the green to the animals and the simple life. The calm here is partly entrenched in a sobering tenet of history, one that dates back to the 1970s. Former Paramount Chief John Mook led the people to take a joint loan to invest, but when it came to the repayment of the loan, there was a challenge.
Wale waliokuwa walevi, waliochukua kondoo, hawakuweza kulipa kwa sababu wanalewa. Na loan inawakabili. Mimi nikachunguza hii watu wameanguka namna gani.
And in came Mook. The 87-year-old recalls how he called on all the elders in the region, and together they took a vote on whether to ban alcohol in the area.
Sisi ambaye tunakataa pombe tukafaulu. Tukapata kura nyingi kuliko wale wanataka pombe.
The lush green and hilly Lelan area is an alcohol-free zone, and the 1974 vote decision still stands.
Kama napata mtu ya kunywa pombe, naambia vijana wangu ya askari, lete wewe kipogo kidogo na honja.
Kila mtu ambaye anasaliwa hapa, pombe ya Pokot South ni maziwa.
Only soft drinks, tea, milk are accepted here in Kapsait area of West Pokot County. If you wish to consume alcohol, you're not welcome here. All this to uphold the morals instilled by their forefathers in the early 70s to bring up a sober and a healthy society. Melita Oletenges, NTV, West Pokot County.
Now that we're family in story time, I think I'm going to need this for this next one. Dan, is this fermented?
No, actually it is.
It is. All right. And you're going to need some water as well, I imagine. Procreation in the olden days in Leland was a journey, one that required the residents of the highland area to move to the lowlands away from the cold weather, which was considered unfavorable for intimacy among couples.
As once again, NTV's Melita Oletenges found out That tradition has since faded away as the people of the land have established solace up the hills through modern housing, and they do not have to descend anymore.
Bandai ni baridi. Mzee hakuna. Anajua dume kawaida kama hakuna chota. Hawezi amka. Na sasa naenda mali kwa chota. Labda upete watoto. Lakini wakati huo alikuwa hatari. Lakini sasa hii baridi imepunguka kidogo. Hata ng'ombe kupea chakula mzuri. Dume, ng'ombe kule nyasi mzuri. Na wasa tu baada ya mwezi 2-3 unaona unapanda. Dume napanda. Na maana hiyo hata binadamu. Najua binadamu nataka haki yake.
Neno ya huko juu, baridi yenyewe ni kubwa. Hata mwili yenyewe hawezi kuwa. Angekaa tu mpaka siku ile tukaamua na wewe twende huko chini. Unapata mimba. Tunakati kucha sasa kuenda huko hisi huko juu. Na mimba yenyewe anatoka upande wa chini. Si huko.
Sasa ina maana kwamba wakati ambapo watu wanaishi upande wa juu, wakati pale ambapo kuna baridi, na maana kwamba hawezi kufanya hili tendo la ndoa ili kupata watoto.
Sababu anaishi tu kwa vitu, saa ile anataka watoto, si anaama tu. Siku hiyo akasikia mama ameshika mimba, si anatoka kwao sasa huko juu.
Kuna baridi nyingi. Sasa hataweza kuwa na nguvu. Alafu atakuwa na nini? Atatetemeka. Asa akiwa na nini? Akitetemeka, asa hiyo kitendo haiwezi kutendeka.
Hivi wanaenda kwa mpendo wao. Unataka kwenda juu, unaenda juu. Watu walikuwa wanataka kusema kwamba watu walikuwa hawana saa mzuri. Anataka ingi yenye joto ndio na saa, lakini watu walikuwa kisaa tu, lakini si sana.
This is a perfect time to take a break on NTV Weekend Edition, on this Discovery Edition. There are many things we're discovering here, but we'll be back after this.
Pigia mafundi wako, tunahitaji kaa 40.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Mogaka, nimeitishwa mafundi 40. Kuna kazi imetokea na itabidi nimewapigia wote kuwajulisha. Ofa gani mzuri leo?
Ngoja wari yake. Hata mimi anataka kupost marashi yangu Instagram. Ni gani mzuri leo?
Very good. Leo Safaricom wanasherehekea miaka 20 na wewe. Piga star 444 star 20 tumia shilingi 20 pekee utunukiwe 20 minutes na 20 MB.
Leo bahari yake.
On your mark, get set.
We all are looking for products to protect ourselves from viruses, but not all products protect us. Did you know that using Dettol soap and water protects against viruses? Many viruses are surrounded by an envelope with receptors that enable them to enter a human cell and cause infection. Dettol soap destroys the outer layer of the virus and effectively removes it. Protect your family from the spread of viruses with Dettol. Dettol cleans and is now tested and proven to be effective against COVID-19 virus. This has been Medifax for Dettol.
Kira! Kira? Where are you?
Malaria!
That's why you need the superior protection of Mortein 360-degree reach. Only this has 11 fans which enable it to reach the farthest corners. Mortein, total indoor protection.
Fun and food go together beautifully at GMC Place. Enjoy our succulent meals in a serene setting with a varied choice of fun games for the little ones. Cup it up with a cuppa or a cocktail, all available to your taste. Discover the joy of a warm pool by diving into the Blue Oasis heated pool. Or at GMC Place, the fun never ends. Make your reservation today on 0701 560 560.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water, and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less.
Light it up, dynamite. Shining through the city with a little fucking soul. Light it up like dynamite.
Jiko, Kenya's highest saving, longest lasting, and biggest Jiko cooks fast using half the charcoal compared to other Jikos, so you use less fuel and receive extra savings. Enjoy our great discounts and save an extra 500 Kenya shillings when you buy Jiko Koa at your nearest shopping outlet.
Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition. We're coming to you live from West Pokot County, county number 25. The hashtag is 24. The hashtag, it's that story by Melita which confused me, by the way.
Or maybe you just have 25 days in your 24 hours in your day.
Fine, county number 24. And the hashtag is Discovery Edition.
Now, the lovely house we are in the Pokot culture is there's about 3 houses here, and this is the house that is for the first wife. There's one for the second wife and one for the sons. But before we began this bulletin, the Council of Elders, the Pokot Council of Elders, came and blessed this house. So this is a blessed bulletin, we put it that way. So watch how they did it.
Anyukor nyogi chongi ngala lenyi ne java koron ba nukot koron nukot yetele ye
Hai koti nono papayan bat anyen kinduko honno koron pongo pokot kinuko hai lenyi ye kayu kisai ne cha anyen
Onion. Kayera. Pomonung. Waizia. Onion. Nimetoka kupeana baraka kwa nyumba na baraka ya inji nzima. Kwa sababu baraka aina hii uzuia mambo yoyote ambaye ingeingia katika boma hii.
So our humble abode for the duration of NTV Weekend Edition tonight was blessed. As I said, we're coming to you live from the Kapenguria Museum, and this is some of what you get to experience when you visit it. We take a break, we'll be back with more.
Wanasherehekea miaka 20 na wewe. Piga *444*20 to
tumia shilingi 20 pekee utunukiwe 20 minutes na 20 MB.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Jiko Koa, Kenya's highest saving, longest lasting, and biggest Jiko, cooks fast using half the charcoal compared to other Jikos, so you use less fuel and receive extra savings. Enjoy our great discounts and save an extra 500 Kenya shillings when you buy Jiko Koa at your nearest shopping outlet.
Get to Bonge 10 and enjoy 100 minutes Airtel to Airtel. Upgrade to Bonge Plus 20 to get 100 free minutes Airtel to Airtel, plus 10 additional minutes to all networks. Dial star 544 hash. Not just for a few, but for every one of you. Airtel, the honest network.
Linda Assistia Mita na Absa, the official banking partner of the EPL in Africa. Stand a chance to win 1 million Kenya shillings every month when you deposit into your Absa personal or business account. That's Absa. That's Africanacity.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Down is your boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smells bayana uchafuzi na zibita improve down it. Protect nguo zangu na nukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na down is boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, down is new boom boom pow. Smells zote na zi boom boom pow. For freshness, down is boom boom pow. Nani 15 bob too?
Pata kila kitu upendacho kwa M-Pesa kupitia star 334 hash.
How do you buy an apartment? This week, we have developer Farhana Hassanali tell us more on this.
So for anyone who's looking to come in, it's definitely worthwhile. Of course, make sure you do all your due diligence and check all the boxes before you make the step.
A review of what to expect when buying an apartment.
You want to invest in a property that is modern today but timeless, so that in 10 years' time, your property still maintains its value.
And how to access a mortgage.
The mortgage tenor is long. It's 20 years. It's a journey. And I tell you what, nobody knows what would happen.
Catch the show this Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on NTV.
Get your value-added plot today by cash or through our installment plan. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Optiven Limited, the pay-saters in real estate.
NTV Sport in association with Showmax.
A very good evening to you. Starting things off with some football, and it's been a busy day for the Kenya national football team, which got a feel of the Malunzini Stadium hours after landing in Moroni, Comoros, ahead of the 2021 AFCON qualifying second leg. NTV's Joshua Makori is in Moroni and brings us the latest in Harambee Stars' bid for a first win in their Group G qualifying group.
Harambee Stars arrived here in Moroni ready to take on Comoros in the return leg of Group G match on Sunday.
Mechi ngumu, tuliwaona wa Komoro vile wanavyocheza, lakini tumefanya marekebisho fulani katika timu, kwa hivyo tunatarajia kwamba tutaweza kutoka na matokeo mazuri.
Kenya played a 1-0 draw against Comoros in the first leg in Nairobi.
Kuna mambo mengi ambayo hayakwenda sawa haswa kipindi cha kwanza. Kwa hivyo ndio mambo tulikuwa tunaangazia na tukaona kwamba kuna uwezekano kama tutarekebisha vile tulicheza dakika za kwanza 45, basi mambo huenda yakawa safi.
Comoros are on top of Group G with 5 points, 2 ahead of second placed Kenya. 7 times African champions Egypt are third with 2 points, while Togo are last with 1 point after drawing 1-1 with Kenya.
Katika hiyo group yetu, kwa sababu ukiangalia Misri hajacheza mechi yake, ya tatu, na pia hiyo ni kitu ambacho lazima tukosoe, kwa sababu ukiangalia sijui kwa nini wa Misri hawakucheza siku ambayo sisi pia tumecheza mechi, kwa sababu inawapatia advantage. Tayari wanajua matokeo yetu, wanajua wana mechi moja imesalia, kwa hivyo unapata kwamba wako na advantage, na hiyo hainifurahishi hata kidogo.
A win in this island will boost Kenya's chances of returning to Africa Cup of Nations for the second time in a row come 2022 in Cameroon. Joshua Makori, NTV, Moroni, Comoros.
Great, thanks a lot for that, Joshua, in Moroni, in Comoros. That coverage, of course, into tomorrow, and of course, a review on Monday. So keep it here on NTV Sport. Well, Kenya's Fatuma Iron Fist Zarika is the new World Boxing Federation female featherweight champion. The 35-year-old claimed the vacant belt with a unanimous decision win against Patience Mastara from Zimbabwe in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The former World Boxing Council Super Bantamweight champion scored 97-93, 98-92, and 99-91. The victory saw Zarika stretch her record to 33 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws. Zarika, who is now based in the United Arab Emirates, is reportedly eyeing a rematch against Mexican Yamilet Mercado, who the Kenyan lost to via unanimous decision a year ago. Flying Kenya's flag high. Well, the last decade has seen a rise in the development of football academies across Kenya, with majority registering a higher number of boys than girls. As part of NTV Sports series on football academies in the country, Inspire Soccer Academy in Kahawa Sukari attempts to address this issue.
You can't do away with I can say women. Na tuna believe they have a chance. We have not locked them out. Unajua at this age, unajua wazazi pia wanapenda wasichana sana, unaona, but wakikuja unapata age kama tuseme below 13 years, both men na wasichana unapata wakitrain hapo hizo una tofauti, unaona. With time pia tuna other programs hizo tunaona kwamba tutawa involve more watu wamekama around wenye wanadili na watu. Pia kuna ladies, kuna Terry, kuna Rail Commander pia wanakuja like wamevolunteer na wanataka pia learn something. So unapata to deal with the maybe wasichana inakuwa somehow so easy.
Great, and we will definitely have much more on that story in the course of next week. Well, the pick of the fixtures this Saturday in the UEFA Nations League sees European champions Portugal welcome world champions France to the Stadio da Luz on match day 5 in Group A3. Portugal, who are the European champions, warmed up for this crucial encounter with a 7-0 thrashing.
In association with Showmax.
Thank you very much, Ida Waringa, for that take on sports. And before we close the bulletin, we have some breaking news. And the Member of Parliament for Matungu, that's Justus Murunga, is dead. The cause of death is yet to be ascertained, and the reports we have is that he collapsed in his home in Mumias, that's in the county of Kakamega, but died in hospital. And what's, like I said, the MP for Matungu, that's Justus Murunga, is dead. The cause of death is yet to be known, and he collapsed in his house, then passed on in hospital. We shall be gathering more details and sharing. Even beyond this bulletin, check our social media handles to get the details of the same. May he rest in peace, and grace and peace to his family, friends, and the community at large. Thank you for joining us on NTV Weekend Edition on this Discovery Edition. Day 2, we have day 3 tomorrow, where we are going to be closing, and we'll be having some meat on set with the governor.
Unfortunately, we didn't get round to that tour of the Kapenguria Museum where the Kapenguria 6 were held, but we will get to it tomorrow night, as well as our tour of the Takwel Dam. Exciting stuff, I can promise you that. But good night. Thank you to, it's Flora Tieno, right?
Yes.
Flora Tieno, who's been our sign language interpreter. Coming up is Jam Down.
This is NTV.